The Houston Texans building is absolutely buzzing right now as Nick Caserio just made a move that shifts the entire landscape of our defensive front through 2027. You might think this is just another standard contract retention, but my sources inside NRG Stadium are telling me this is the fundamental piece to Demeco Ryans' defensive vision for the next 3 years. This isn't just about a stat sheet. It's about a culture shift that is happening in real time right before our eyes. Before I break down the exclusive details of this $12 million commitment, make sure you hit that subscribe button and like this video to stay connected with the most accurate Texans insider news available. Sheldon Rankins is officially staying in Houston after signing a 2-year, $12 million contract extension that provides the interior of our defensive line with the veteran stability it desperately needed. This deal carries a $6 million annual average, which is an absolute steal given the market value for defensive tackles, with his level of pass rushing productivity and locker room presence. Rankins is coming off a massive season where he racked up 35 tackles and 5 tackles for loss, providing the consistent push up the middle that allowed our edge rushers to flourish in Demeco's scheme. The timing of this announcement couldn't be more critical because the Texans front office was staring down a massive depth crisis after the departures of Tim Settle Jr. and Mario Edwards. Without Rankins, the interior was a gaping hole that would have forced our hand in the early rounds of the draft, but now Caserio has the leverage back in his court. Demeco Ryans was extremely vocal during the negotiation process, specifically identifying Rankins as the heartbeat of the defensive line group and the player who sets the standard for every young athlete in the building. This move secures our defensive front through the 2027 season and gives the fans a reason to celebrate because the leadership void has been filled. But this contract isn't just about rewarding past performance or filling a hole in the depth chart. There is a much deeper reason why Demeco Ryans fought so hard to keep Rankins in a Texans uniform, and it involves the future face of this franchise. The dynamic between Rankins and our young superstars has reached a level that the coaching staff considers irreplaceable for the current rebuild. We are talking about a specific mentorship role that was viewed as the #1 priority for this offseason program, according to my sources close to the team. If you think this was just about stopping the run or getting a few sacks, you are missing the biggest part of the puzzle, because this signing has everything to do with the development of our most valuable defensive asset. I am talking about the hidden impact that happens when the cameras are off and the pads are put away for the day. You won't believe how this specific contract directly influences the career trajectory of our most explosive pass rusher on the edge. Does this $12 million deal for Rankins make the Texans the favorites in the division? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments right now because this front office is moving fast. Don't forget to subscribe for more breaking updates as we approach the draft. This defensive line is looking dangerous. Will Anderson Jr. is the primary beneficiary of this Sheldon Rankins extension, and the chemistry between these two has been described to me as the catalyst for the entire defensive turnaround. From the moment Anderson stepped into the building as a rookie, Rankins took him under his wing and showed him exactly how to navigate the professional landscape of the NFL. This isn't just generic veteran leadership. It is a technical partnership where Rankins' ability to occupy double teams and create chaos on the interior directly frees up Anderson to win his one-on-one matchups on the perimeter. Demeco Ryans emphasized that the bond they formed wasn't just productive on the field, but it created a culture of accountability in the film room that the Texans haven't seen in years. My sources say that Anderson specifically requested that the front office prioritize bringing Rankins back because of how much he values that daily mentorship and the technical nuances of the game that Rankins provides. With the interior now locked down, Anderson can focus on refining his pass rush arsenal, knowing that he doesn't have to worry about the middle of the pocket collapsing or losing contain against the run. This stability allows Ryans to get even more creative with his blitz packages and stunt movements because he has two players who communicate on a telepathic level during the heat of the game. The Texans are building a defensive identity that starts with this duo, and the $12 million invested in Rankins is effectively an investment in the long-term ceiling of Will Anderson Jr. as a perennial All-Pro candidate. The front office knows that you cannot put a price tag on the type of veteran guidance that accelerates the growth of a generational talent. As we look at the film from last year, it is clear that many of Anderson's most impactful plays were set up by the dirty work Rankins was doing in the trenches. This isn't a coincidence. It is a calculated strategy by Demeco Ryans to ensure his young star has the best possible environment to dominate the league for years to come. By keeping this duo together, Houston is sending a clear message to the rest of the AFC South that they are not just looking to compete, but they are looking to physically overwhelm opponents at the line of scrimmage. The ripple effect of this signing goes far beyond the box score and secures the foundation of the defense. The broader impact of this signing on the Texans' roster strategy cannot be overstated as we head into the upcoming NFL draft. By securing Sheldon Rankins on a 2-year deal at such an affordable annual rate, Nick Caserio has effectively removed the most pressing need from the draft board. This gives the Texans the luxury of going best player available rather than being forced to reach for a defensive tackle in the early rounds, which is exactly where you want to be as a general manager. My understanding of the current front office philosophy is that they are in an aggressive win-now phase while CJ Stroud is still on his rookie contract. This means every dollar spent on veterans like Rankins is designed to maximize this championship window. The team faced a genuine crisis with the interior depth, but now they have a reliable starter who knows the system inside and out. This move also signals to free agents around the league that Houston is a destination where players are rewarded for their leadership and production, which is a massive shift from the reputation this franchise had just a few years ago. Demeco Ryans is building a defense that mimics the dominance he coached in San Francisco, and Rankins is his version of that foundational veteran presence. Looking forward, we should expect the Texans to use their remaining cap space to bolster the secondary or add another playmaker on offense, because the defensive line foundation is now set in stone. This stability through 2027 ensures that the defense will have a consistent identity, even as other pieces of the roster fluctuate. The leadership of Rankins will also be vital as the Texans integrate new draft picks into the system later this spring. We are seeing a masterclass in roster construction where the focus is on maintaining a core group of veterans who can sustain the culture while the young stars take the leap into elite status. The flexibility this provides for the remainder of the offseason is immense. It allows the coaching staff to focus on specific scheme adjustments rather than worrying about filling basic positional needs. The Texans are no longer a team that is just trying to find competent starters. They are a team that is refining a championship-caliber roster, and the retention of Sheldon Rankins is the clearest evidence yet of that progression. The future of the Houston defense looks incredibly bright, and it is built on the backs of reliable veterans who believe in the mission. At the end of the day, this isn't just about $12 million or a 2-year contract. It is about the soul of the Houston Texans defense. When you have a player like Sheldon Rankins, who is willing to do the unselfish work and mentor the next generation of stars, you have a team that is destined for greatness. This signing proves that Demeco Ryans and Nick Caserio are on the same page, and they understand exactly what it takes to build a sustainable winner in this league. They are prioritizing the right people and the right culture, and that is why this team is finally heading in the right direction after years of uncertainty. For the fans, this should be a moment of massive confidence. Your team is making smart tactical moves that ensure long-term stability while keeping the window for a Super Bowl run wide open. Rankins is the glue that holds this unit together, and his presence will be felt every single Sunday when he's clearing the path for our edge rushers to wreak havoc. This is how you build a powerhouse. You find the leaders, you keep them, and you let them build the foundation for the future. The Houston Texans are officially on notice, and the rest of the league needs to pay attention to what is happening here in H-Town. We are building something special, and this is just the beginning of a very busy and very exciting offseason. I want to know from you guys right now, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you love this move for the Texans? Do you think Rankins is the key to unlocking an elite defense in 2024? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, because I read every single one of them. Your support is what keeps this channel growing, so please make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss a beat on your Houston Texans. We have so much more coming your way as the draft approaches, and you do not want to miss the inside scoop. This is DJ B and Amy, and I will see you on the next one. Go Texans, and let's get ready for a dominant season. This defense is about to be a nightmare for every quarterback in the league. Stay tuned, because the news in Houston is just starting to heat up.